first step in using the sgraffito technique to decorate your pot is to cover the whole pot with underglaze. Underglaze is just like the name says. It goes under the glaze. It's just a color. It does not add a gloss surface to your pot, and it's just going to be the color of the pot. Go ahead and paint the whole thing, but make sure that you really let it dry before you move it or flip it at all. If it's a little bit wet, even just a little bit, you're going to get a fingerprint and you're going to have to start all over again. So make sure you let it dry before you touch it. After you've got the whole thing covered, then you can start tracing the motif onto your pot. I chose a cardinal because they like to hang out in the tree in my backyard. Whatever you choose, just make sure it's simple. If you choose something really complicated, you're going to get frustrated. So keep it simple, simple, simple. As you can see here, I'm going to put my cardinal wrapping around the corners. I thought this would be a fun thing to do. And I'm going to end up putting two cardinals so they'll look like they're looking at each other. When you trace, it's important not to gouge the pot. You just want to lightly trace it. Make sure you keep the stencil in one spot until you're all done. Don't pick it up or you'll get confused and it'll be tougher. Keep it in one spot and just lightly trace it. After you get the basic outline of your motif, you can go ahead and start to add details. You can see here that I've made the basic shape of the cardinals, and now I'm going to start adding a tree branch, just freehand. Make sure you plan it out. I did several sketches before I put it on my pot. If you don't plan ahead, you're going to have trouble later. So plan, 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 and it'll be easy. You can see here how I'm going to use some of the details that I put on my stencil to help me figure out where to draw them on the pot. Hold your needle tool in place and then slide the stencil away and you'll know exactly where to add the details. It's pretty simple. Just hold it in place, slide it away, and you'll know where it goes. Just keep on lightly sketching out those details until you've got them all in place. It's like a plan for where to scratch away more later. Now that you got everything sketched out, it's time to start scratching away more of the clay. This is where the sgraffito technique really shines. You can use just about anything to scratch in the clay. You can use a loop tool like I'm using here, a knife, a needle tool. You can use just about anything, even a paper clip, fingernail, old hacksaw blade. Anything that'll scrape through the clay works just fine. And of course, y'all know how much I like to cross hatch, so here I am cross hatching away. It sure is a lot of fun. So just enjoy it, relax. And now I'm going to switch to a little larger tool to take more away. I'm using here just a knife, but you can use, again, anything. Even like a fingernail works just great. Don't forget when you're done, you want to do a little reflection on it. Reflection is probably the most important part of the creative process. It helps you learn what you did good, what you didn't do so well, and what can you do better next time. I think what I really like about this is I like the bird a lot, and I like how I put it on a branch, and I like the way I did the cross hatching on the bird. But what I think I could do better is leave the sky more black next time, because it's hard to see the difference between the bird and the sky. So that's what I'm going to work on.